Ahoy, ahoy, and welcome to a brand new edition of the Ramble on Reactions. Sitting right over there is clever Eric Muller.
Sitting right next to me is handsome Dan Nye.
And one thing you will notice about us is most of our reviews, at least in video form, are fairly peaceful.
Yes.
There's a lot of conversation, there's a lot of dialogue, there's very little fighting.
It's a little back and forth.
A little banter.
But I never go with a full elbow.
Nope, no elbow drops, none of this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what any of our names are.
That's right. Doesn't matter what your name, the title. Doesn't matter.
Please, sir, I'd like some more advice.
Please, sir, get your ass down there.
We're talking fighting with my family.
Yay!
Which is
a true story.
It's based on a true story. I don't know if it was. It didn't even say based on. It just said a true story.
It is a true story. It's about WWE superstar Paige and her family. There's actually a documentary in England that was called "Fighting with My Family,"
and I think they show you.
Yeah, you show
clips of that.
Yep, you see the clips, but you see pretty much her family story. How she's a wrestling family, and then eventually she gets the opportunity to make it to the big leagues, the WWE. And this was written and directed by Stephen Merchant, which
I was very happy about.
I was shocked when I read he was doing it. I was like, really?
For all of you who don't know...
Produced by The Rock, written and directed by the guy who co-created the original Office.
Yeah, for all of you who don't know who Stephen Merchant is, imagine the tall, lanky British man who always has kind of a muss hair, and who had one of, I will say, and you know this, one of the best voice acting in a video game ever in Portal 2.
Yes.
He's amazing in that game, but like he's very quintessentially British.
Right, he is your stereotypical. He is British Dan.
Really?
Yeah, he's about as tall as you. Maybe
but I've probably got 30 pounds on him.
Right, but he's your British doppelganger.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
He also had, we won't get into it, but it had one of my funniest callback jokes ever.
Yes.
That both the mom and the daughter say. I literally screen capped it because I didn't want to send it to you before you'd seen the movie. And I was like, did you see it? You're like, no, I've seen it. Damn it. And then I forgot to send it to you.
Oh, okay.
So once you see the movie, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yes.
But I feel like that's what you get with the Stephen Merchant. You get like the little opportunities to be like, here's some more humor, and you're like, yes, that hits so well, especially with Nick Frost playing the dad.
Oh, Nick Frost was godsend. He was perfectly cast in that.
Lena Headey? Headley? I don't remember. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she played the mom. Cersei. Yes, everyone knows who Cersei is from Game of Thrones.
Yep.
So that was a lot of fun as well. The whole family cast is just great, and I think Florence Poe,
yeah.
Pugh. Whatever the British pronunciation is for that. She was our female lead.
Yes, she was Paige.
And I will say, like, I really like Vince Vaughn in this as well. He did a really good job playing like
the coach,
a Vince Vaughn type.
Yes, it was definitely a Vince Vaughn character.
Vince Vaughn as a coach.
Yes, if Vince Vaughn went to professional wrestling and became a trainer, this is how Vince Vaughn would be. And
it's a wrestling WWE sports movie. Like the beats, you know what the beats are. What you're gonna get differences in the humor, and then in the brother sister story, which they worked really well. I really liked how that went, regardless of like how true it was to form or not. Do you know like how accurate it was in the movie? A little more.
I was gonna say I'll go into it.
Okay. Once we get to negatives. So other positives. The Rock playing himself.
I mean, The Rock playing the hardest role ever himself. What I also really liked what they showed in this movie, like the behind the scenes of like how WWE works, and also the sense of brotherhood in that like fraternity of being a WWE superstar. Like The Rock and Vince Vaughn's character. Made up backstory, but it's believable in this sense.
Yeah, no, it's totally.
And then, like I said, Nick Frost was cast perfectly as the dad. He steals the movie.
Oh, he's amazing.
And then, yeah, even Stephen Merchant's little brief cameo.
Him and his wife.
Fantastic.
That was really funny as well. I mean, visually, it's what you expect. Yeah. You don't really need to talk cinematography or anything like that because it's a sports comedy.
Yes.
Negatives.
It was. But the true story is an interesting story, but they did this movie, so they gave it the generic sports montage thing where it's like, this husky upstart, she's trying to make it in the big leagues, but she can't do it. She's doubting herself. Now she feels more rejuvenated, and now she's going to fulfill her dreams. Hooray! Like, I did not like that.
Me neither. The third act.
Yeah. Third act. And then also, as a guy, as you well know, I'm a fan of professional wrestling. It's hard for me to watch a movie about professional wrestling because one of the things that's great about professional wrestling is when you watch it live, so you don't have to worry about the edits and the cuts. Because when you get to the actual matches, I'm like, this looks so fake, even though I know it's not a real sports meet. They're not really punching, but I get it.
I can imagine those two conflicting ideologies in your head. Be like, I know movies are real and they're not really hitting each other anyway, and I know wrestling's not real, they're not really hitting each other anyway. But seeing one do the other, and it's just I did like.
This is not going to be the stepping stone for people to like wrestling.
Yeah, I don't think enough people are seeing it for that.
Yeah, that's the other thing. No, unfortunately. It's like we both agree. The third act.
It gets really schmaltzy Disney third act where it's like we're going to put a pretty bow and everything.
Yeah, it becomes the generic sports film.
Which how it comes together, the brother and sister culmination, and how they actually like talk everything out. I like it. I like how they had the confrontations, everything up through the third act, but then it's kind of like, I'm gonna go do everything good and be one of the people. And I'm like, I don't know if there's... Yeah, it's not so much I don't know if there's a bad way to do it. It's more that, like, it just felt like...
It felt generic. It didn't feel sincere, and it felt out of place in that story.
Well, I will say, the family reacting, that at the end of the film, that all felt very sincere. Yes. But, like, the parts going up to the final match, like, the final match where, like... It just felt like they were trying to put a bow on everything to where it's like they'd actually done a really good job of the stakes and of making you feel for these characters, and then it's like it felt unfulfilling. Yes, I guess is a good way to put that. Which is sad because it's like I feel like it wasn't as raw as like you would want the WWE to portray a movie on film. Yes. You know what I mean? It's all shiny, it's all gloss to where it's like when they're promoting to you, you're aware of what you're watching, but you also want that little bit of gritty, dirty realism, which I don't feel like I feel like you got through a good 2/3 of the movie, and then in that like weird 1/6 you kind of lose. And it's like, ow. So, but I mean, it's definitely worth watching. It is a good film. It is entertaining and fun. So you grade this film?
B-.
I'll push. I'll say B- as well, because it's right around there, especially because I like that's what I was going to say. I like the inside baseball to where it's like they're showing you all the behind the scenes stuff where it's like we don't give receipts here, and we like this is a little bit of how you need to do wrestling. I really did enjoy that, and I felt like that was communicated well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, go see it in theaters if you can, because this is one of those like people are like, why do we always get all these reboots and remakes and sequels? Because people don't go see stuff like this, which is smaller, which is independent, which was probably made for like $10-15 million.
Probably,
which will make its budget back, but probably not a lot more. So if you want to go see other good independent movies, see stuff like this. Simple as that. Any other thoughts?
Nah.
All right. Clever Eric Muller sitting right over there.
Handsome Dan I over there.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Do all those things. Let us know what you thought about Fighting With My Family, because we enjoyed it. It's a fun watch. It made me laugh a lot.
Definitely made me laugh more than I expected.
So do all that. Ramble on.
Anchors away.
Fuck me to death and bury me naked.